Hello students, welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. My name is Mr. Stanley Ombogo. So dear students, welcome back to another exciting session that we have, and in this session, under building sentence skills and paragraphing, I'd like us to look at some of the devices of developing paragraphs. So before we talk about these devices that we can use to, create or make an effective paragraph, just as a reminder, uh, under, the structure of a paragraph, there are things we learned about previously. So remember, we have various types of sentences that are used to make uh, a paragraph effective and coherent. So the types include, we have the topic sentence. So when we talk about a topic sentence in a paragraph, these are types of sentences that introduce the main idea in the paragraph. So the topic sentences are normally the first sentences that we have in our paragraphs. So apart from the topic sentences, we have supporting sentences. So these are sentences that are used to give, valid reasons, explanations, about the main idea that is introduced under the topic sentences. So the supporting sentences are used to expound on the main idea in a paragraph. Then lastly, we have what we call the clincher sentences. So clincher sentences are also, called concluding sentences. So these are types of sentences that we use in our paragraphs to end or to conclude uh, our paragraph. So on what is important in our session today, that is looking at devices of developing paragraphs, the following are some of the devices that you can use to develop a paragraph. So the first device is, giving reasons in your paragraphs. So remember that giving reasons is one way to illustrate or develop a paragraph. So many topic sentences give the writer's personal opinion. So to illustrate this, suppose, for example, that you write a paragraph with the topic sentence that is, living in the village is more comfortable than in towns. To make others, or in order to make others accept your opinion, you have to explain why you think that is the case. So reasons answer the questions why living in the village is more comfortable than in towns. That is, if we use that example as as our topic sentence. So why do you think life in villages is more comfortable? So you could have reasons such as, number one, your first reason could be food is fresh from the garden. That is when you are in the village. Another reason could be in the village there is no rent to pay. And the last reason that maybe you can talk about when you are trying to expound on that topic sentence is that the challenge of traffic jam does not exist in the villages. So if you're challenged to write a paragraph using the reasons and the topic sentence above, the reason is, can you? So reasons are not just stated. Remember, they are supported by details. So some details may be facts and some may be opinions. So you must also be able to differentiate between, details that are factual and details that are opinions. So apart from that is giving reasons to come up with an effective paragraph, you can also do comparison and contrasting. So some writing topics will ask you to consider the relationship between two things. For example, Again, talking about the topic sentence that we introduced in the first device, the houses in your village and those in the town you currently reside. So sometimes we may need to, compare and contrast. That is looking at how the houses in the villages look like and how the houses in towns or cities look alike. That is by using the topic sentence that we gave, living in villages or living in a village being better than living in a town. So those kinds of topics may allow you to organize your paragraph either around the similarities between these two subtopics or around the differences between them. So that is all about comparing and contrasting. So here's a sample paragraph that will also help us illustrate or understand that device better. So in the paragraph, I'm going to go through it very fast. The houses in my village, so this is just to compare and to contrast. If you are to live in a village or if you are to live in a city. So you can use a comparison or you can use contrasting as seen in the paragraph that we have. So the houses in my village and the houses in the town I currently reside have several things in common. First, both are small and have very few people staying in them. For example, in the houses in the village, between 5 to 10 people stay in such houses. Similarly, in the houses in my present residential area, Faruku, a household has about 8 people. A second way in which the two are similar is that then there is a continuation. So we have just extracted a part of that paragraph to help us understand how we can compare and contrast to make an effective paragraph. So when doing comparison, there are some comparison conjunctions that we can use in our paragraph. So in the comparison paragraphs, there are very many conjunctions or various conjunctions that contribute to paragraph coherence. So here is a list of comparison conjunctions that you can use. Some of the conjunctions that you can use to compare, two things are, number one, we have the conjunction, the short conjunction similarly, we have likewise, we have the same, we can also use the same as, we can use also. There is also the short conjunction to, and the last example that we have is both. So there are also longer expressions that can be used. For example, in the same way, X, for example, is similar to Y in that then another one is X and Y are similar in that maybe they share one thing in common, or in like manner, etc., etc. So there are a list of comparison conjunctions that we can use to do comparison in our paragraphs so that we make them effective. Again, we also have some contrast conjunctions that we can use when we are trying to identify or show some contrast in our paragraphs. So here are some contrast conjunctions that you can use. We have short contrast conjunctions such as however, in contrast, by contrast, but, yet, etc, etc. So we can also use some subordinating conjunctions such as on the other hand, even though plus a sentence, although plus a sentence, whereas plus a sentence, unlike plus a sentence, while plus a sentence, and you can also use nevertheless to show contrast in a paragraph. So the third device that you can also use to make an effective paragraph is using idiomatic expressions. So I want us to look at the paragraph that we have so that we are able to identify some idiomatic expressions that have been used to develop this paragraph. So just to go through it very fast, when I entered university, I lived in a small town near Ngujiri. That was the first time I lived alone. I felt it was a feather in my cap. I had nothing but a small bicycle, but I felt happy every day. I wasn't afraid to lose my shirt because I always lived on a shoestring. I didn't become hot under the collar because everyone helped me kindly. I found a part-time job in a supermarket. The owner was a bit of a stuffed shirt, so I tried to keep his shirt on and to handle our customers with kid gloves. The experience taught me a sense of responsibility. So that is a wonderful paragraph that we have over there. And looking at that paragraph, the words that we have in boldface are the idiomatic expression. Just to mention them very fast, we have a feather in my cap, losing my shirt, there is living on a shoestring, being hot under the collar. We have a stuffed shirt. There is handling customers with kid gloves, and that is the end. So the next device that we can also use to develop our paragraph is by using facts or statistics. So this is another way to develop a paragraph. So you include facts and statistics. When doing this, offer precise data from your own knowledge or from authoritative sources, possibly in numerical form. Another thing that you can do when using this device is that summarize the results or quote your sources. So apart from that, facts and statistics are the kinds of evidence many readers consider convincing proof of generalizations and opinions. So make sure that some of the facts and statistics that you use help readers understand a subject or a topic under discussion. So the last device that you can also use to develop our paragraph is using rhetorical question. So what is a rhetorical question? So a rhetorical question is a question that cannot be answered to you, but the reader might answer the question to himself or herself. So a question is posed without the expectation of an answer. So when that happens, that is what we call a rhetorical question. Dear students, that brings us to a close of the session. Thank you for staying tuned till the end, and remember to always keep it easy, Limo. Until next time, bye.